very thing we were talking about, that experience that they're about to go through, that is special in every fight. I'm sitting here with you guys, and we're going to watch these two kids experience that.
It's always great to be a part of these moments, and then just getting to see where some of these kids get to grow and propel themselves. You know, there's guys that we've seen from Colorado Combat Club Cage that have gone on to then be successful veterans in bigger organizations such as the LFA, to Fury, and some of those larger regional promotions en route to the big shows.
Yeah, you know, it is super awesome to watch these guys go through all the emotions that a debut fighter goes through, because it doesn't happen very often, you know, and especially two debuts going against each other. They're both trying to figure it out as they go, and it's a hard thing to figure out as you go. You know, your body's telling you, I don't want to do this, I don't want to do this, because that's everyone's natural response, and you have to fight that and fight someone else, and that's very interesting to watch and be a part of.
Yeah, navigate chaos, right? Like, physiologically, this is an altered state that they're in right now. People often don't realize that, but it's like they're on mushrooms or something. Like, literally, they're seeing and experiencing the world in different ways right now, and that becomes familiar to you.
Strong low kick right there by
you
Miguel
fought for a long
Barrientos.
time, but it's new to these guys.
Oh, for sure, you know, and it's an adrenaline rush that can last for 10 minutes, you know, and there's not many things out there that can do that.
And Miguel Barrientos is kind of letting his hands go a little bit right there. It looked like Jamil Coleman didn't really like that overhand that he ate for a second. But one thing that I think is worth noting for caution for the Barrientos side is he's entering in and out of those exchanges with his chin high.
Yeah, he is, and Coleman's just walking him down. You know, I know he got popped a couple times, but he seems to not really be fazed by it at all.
From a stylistic standpoint, gentlemen, how does Barrientos overcome the length advantage, or the disadvantage, I should say here?
You want to be in that middle range, right? Ideally. On the outside, you still have to move forward. And that assignment is the challenge. Once you're in there, and in this range, you know, nobody's taller than the other man. In fact, sometimes getting lower, getting your hips lower is a good thing. But yeah, you have to walk through danger. That's the game.
Absolutely, you know, and it's tough as an amateur. You know, most pros are still figuring out how to enter not on a straight line, and so that's something Miguel's going to have to do here if he doesn't want to get clipped, you know, like you said, with his chin up. But it's not an easy thing to do. It's not an easy thing to enter into the danger zone.
Yeah.
You know,
Phenomenal discipline right there, gentlemen. I do have to stop you right for a second. Folks, keep in mind that this is an elimination bout, and in the state of Colorado, we cannot knee to the head or elbow to the head in amateur contests. He had a perfect opportunity to close a knee right up the middle, and he held himself back. So you have to applaud the discipline, at least on that side.
Yeah, and awareness. You have to. It's your job to know what you can and cannot do.
Absolutely. Jamil's kind of finding his range a little bit. He landed two good right hands there against the cage,
and that's an especially important point that I just drive home right there, because our main event of our last show did unfortunately end by a legal knee. So, you know, it's nice to see when these guys have the awareness of the rule set that they're prepared to deal with.
And you have to deal with it in the chaos.
Right.
You know, in the chaos at the time. Your brain is making choices. We often will say, oh, he saw this and decided that. But truly, it's working on automated, you know, it's automating itself based on how you trained.
And it's especially important because, as we've mentioned before, adhering to that rule set or a set of guidelines while you're in here in sport, in a sport fashion, is what sets us apart from just going out to the local bar and slugging it out on a Friday night. You know, your opponent is prepared for a skill set, and if you throw something that's not a part of those approved rules, then it is something that you can understand why they get caught off guard by it.
Yeah, for sure. You know, and like you said, this is what sets us apart from the bar on a Friday night. You know, there are rules, and you got to be in control of your weapons at all times, and that's why we practice, and that's why we rehearse, like Robin said. And if you're not in control, you're putting yourself and your opponent in too much danger. It's kind of crazy to say because this sport is the most dangerous sport, but there's still boundaries, obviously. You know, like you said, last main event we saw Clay Matza, who he's one of my teammates at Factory X. He just returned to training. He was out for 7 weeks because of the concussion symptoms he had from that illegal blow, and you never like to see that. So, like you said, it was good control by Jamil, and hopefully they both keep in control of what they're doing. And we spilled some ice here.
Yep. Looks like we got first blood was drawn by Jamil Coleman, though there is a little bit of blood dripping down from the bridge of the nose of Miguel Barrientos. Now, we did start this fight off by talking about this is two guys who come from grappling schools, who come from grappling gyms, and though sometimes when you have two strong grapplers, we end up seeing a striking matchup.
Miguel looks like he can come from any kind of gym. He looks like a kid who likes to punch people in the face. That's how he's performing.
He does look like a gamer.
Yeah, and he's throwing with bad intentions. Everything he's throwing. There's not many
strong overhand right. Oh, and this might be done.
He's mounted
right
now.
To mount. He gives up the
transition to the back. He's getting underneath the chin, it looks like, working for that.
Yeah, he's got it.
He's underneath it right now.
Body triangle. Right to body triangle.
And we have our first finish of the evening, Miguel Barrientos. Now, ladies and gentlemen, he is 1 round late from his prediction that he had yesterday at the weigh-ins. But nonetheless, he was able to come in and get the finish just like he predicted yesterday. So, phenomenal thing to see the effort put out by both of these guys. You know, there's nothing that you could hang your hat on if you're Jamil Coleman. He went out there and he gave it everything that he had. He dared to be great. He was the man in the arena tonight, and he gets to learn from this opportunity.
Absolutely. 100%. I mean, all you can ask from yourself is to perform at your best. I mean, the consequences and the outcome are not in your control. What's in your control is how well can I do tonight? Can I be at my best under the circumstances?
Yeah, can you prepare your best? Can you give your max effort? Control what you can control. You're absolutely right. And you know, this is amateurs, and it's like your middle school record, right?
Yep.
It all goes away. It's not on your permanent record. So it's just a learning experience. It's getting comfortable being under the lights and getting more adjusted to being in a fist fight, in a real fist fight, not sparring, not training, you know, the real deal. So it's going to be good for him. He looked good. He had his moments. Miguel looked great. You know, he looked super well-rounded. He was landing hard shots on the feet, and when it went to the ground, his transitions were spot on. So